Hey guys, I want to give you an update on our 2022 Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes farming guide. It's been about 10 months since this guide was put out, and I want to give an update on how Phase 1 went, which has just been about completed. As you'll see, our Phase 1 is with Executor, so I want to show you how that looks and how your account should look at this point in the game. When you filter by our power, you can see our main Executor requirements. You have our Relic 8 Piet and Relic 8 Boba Fett, our Darth Vader, Bosk, IG-88 TIE Fighter Pilot, and Dengar, all as our Executor requirements, as well as some of our other major teams. Some Executor requirements, some not. We have our Troopers with our Relic 8 Piet, our Empire team with Palp, Vader, Mara Jade is a great team. Then we have our Geos, which are great to help us get in a good guild so we can get Watt and unlock Padme, which we have here. We have our Qui-Gon Jinn Omicron team, which is basically a two-man wrecking crew, and you can just underdog a bunch of teams. We have our CLS, great team. Our leftover Jedi, which is fine, just throw on defense for GACs and other things. Zam Muscle Bounty Hunters, very strong. Our Beskar Mando team. And our leftover Bounty Hunters and others. And then our Wampa, who will be great in GACs. From here, I want to show you how our journey guide characters are looking. So we got Palpatine unlocked pretty early on with our rebels that we used to unlock our Commander Luke Skywalker. We got our Yoda with just some Jedi. It's a very easy event and nice to get Yoda quick. R2-D2 we got to help us get CLS, and that was just with our Empire and our Troopers. We got our Padme using our Geodes team. And then we got our CLS using our Rebels with all the ones that we've already been working on. Then we recently got our Beskar Mando team. That took a bit of time, but that was just because I wasn't prioritizing those farms, but not a very difficult event or farm in general. And we also got our Chewbacca because our Bounty Hunters with Executor goes right into Chewbacca. And now with all those legendary characters unlocked, we're looking at our Executor now. And as you can see, we have all of our requirements finished outside of our Dengar to Relic 5. As you can see, we have them at Relic 3 here. And I just want to wait for this video to just put them up to Relic 4 and then to Relic 5. So now we'll have our entire Executor requirements all completed, and we'll just have to wait for the event to come around. So that's in a good spot right now. Got all the requirements. The Relic 8s were definitely the hardest part, but I just used crystals that I saved up from just Fleet Arena and our GAC crystals that I've saved up, and just used that to get our Relic 8 materials. And here I'm going to just upgrade a couple of characters here, get them to where I want them to be. Beskar Mando, I wanted to get up to Gear 11 to get these useful abilities on his ship. And this is just going to boost a lot of his contract. And it's really useful, even though getting him up to Relic 11 Gear 11 can be a bit annoying because he takes some Carbantes and some other very useful gear. And I also wanted to get my Cad Bane up to Gear 11 and boost some of his abilities here to help his ship, and just he'll be an extra throw-in character that I'll be able to put on a random leftover bounty hunter team. And he's going to be one of my starting ships for my Executor fleet. The typical fleet that you'll see is Houndstooth, Xanadu Blood, and Beskar Mando's ship. So those are the three, and then you'll usually have IG-88 and the Slave 1 ship off the reinforcements. So here are all of our ships in a very good spot right now. We're going to do a couple more upgrades, get our Slave 1 up to 7-star, and possibly do some upgrades, not sure yet. We also had our IG 2000, want to just get that 7-starred. And let's just give that ability because that one's useful for regaining some health. And here, I just said screw it and let's just go and try to get this ship, the TIE Bomber, up to 7 stars. So just wouldn't usually do this, but I just wanted to get this up for this video. So boom, there, TIE Bomber up to 7 stars. And I think that's it for Fleet. Oh, wait, and Negotiator. I was able to get my Negotiator up to 6 stars, which is going to be nice because we're going to get our whole Negotiator and Galactic Republic fleet to be a lot better once we're going for our General Anakin Skywalker. It's going to boost our Ahsoka and our General Kenobi a lot in that farming. So here you'll see the one thing we're missing for our Executor requirement is our Executrix. We need to get to 7 stars. Once Executrix is 7-starred, I'll be able to start doing Executor, and I'll be able to hopefully unlock Executor on the next time it comes up. And that'll be very good and have one of the best fleets in the game. Going on to our Phase 2 teams, we have our Padmeo Shaak Ti. That'll just be farming Shaak Ti up and getting up our gear and relics. We have our Ewoks team, our C-3PO Rebels with 3PO and Chewie. We have our Gas 501st squad and our GG droids. And this is all so we can get General Anakin Skywalker. And our ships needed are our Galactic Republic, and hopefully we can get our Negotiator up to 7 stars. We're about 100 shards away. Otherwise, we're going to have to use Mace Windu's fleet, which is much worse, so I'd rather not have to do that. And then for our next part, we just have to really gear up and relic up our other tunes here with Padme and Kenobi. And here we're getting our C-3PO using our Ewoks, so that's why our Ewoks get involved. And that'll be to help boost our Rebel team as well as get our Padme team going for that Anakin Skywalker event. Next, we have our droids with Asajj Ventress to finish off our General Anakin Skywalker farm. And that shard right there with Droideka and Xanadu Blood's great because it gets us 2 things that we really need. With Xanadu Blood's a great ship with Executor, which we're close to getting, and we need Droideka for our General Anakin Skywalker. And those droids will help make up our Grievous team, which is a great team, and eventually we'll go after Grievous's fleet, the Malevolence. And that'll just boost our fleet even more when we already have Negotiator and Executor up and running. Here are all the squads one more time. Just take a look. And then let's see what our Phase 3 is going to end up looking like. So our first GL is what we're looking at here, and it's going to be Jedi Master Kenobi. And here, our General Kenobi, we will get high relics just for our General Anakin Skywalker team because he's needed there, and his Negotiator's needed there, which getting him up to high relics is great for his Negotiator. So happy to get him up to high relics there. These other characters are going to be a little bit out of the way, but that's okay. Our Qui-Gon Jinn here is excellent with his Omicron. He doesn't need to be high gear for it necessarily, but it won't hurt to get him up and running a little bit better. Our IG-100 is needed for our General Anakin Skywalker, so it goes great with that, and it will just boost our droid team. So we'll just get IG-100 up to Relic 5 for both of those immediately. Our Wat-Tam Bor is from our guild events, and we have our Ready Geos, which all guilds should have, and we've actually made a decent progress toward Wat. So that is usually a big problem, is getting Wat to 7 stars, but we should be able to do that next 6 to 12 months, I'd say. And Cad Bane's also needed at Relic 5, which is perfectly fine by me, because when we already have Executor, we want our Xanadu blood to be great, and there's no real reason to get Xanadu blood to be great unless you're going for Jedi Master Kenobi. Shock T also goes with the guess requirements, so they double dip there, which is always what you're looking for when you're going from one phase to the next. You want characters that double dip. Here I wanted to show a couple characters that aren't necessarily needed for any of the journey guides or the main goals that we're looking for, but they just boost our team so much. So we have Zam Wessel and her Omicron, and it gives you a guaranteed win on speed in GACs, which is always great to have. The next up is another Omicron, and it's Wampas, who's just a solo machine, and it's great for taking out just okay teams that people are putting out, and you don't have to have crazy high gear on him either. Another one of the characters I tried to farm up is Emphas Nest, who can be very annoying if you don't put in the right team against her, but mine's not very geared up, so she's only okay. Mara Jade is still excellent at low gear. I have her sitting at 241 speed, which isn't the fastest, but it's fast enough that it's going to outrun a lot of people that I play, and Mara Jade and Palpatine basically alone can destroy plenty of teams just with their turn meter gain and exposes and shocks and everything like that and stuns, so it's great. Here I'm just going to upgrade a couple of things. Boba Fett, I'm just going to add a couple damage increases, just boost his fleet as well, or ship as well. And I'm looking at this recover 100% protection on a finishing blow, and I'm just going to give Boba Fett that Zeta, because at Relic 8, he's killing so many people, and I like him being able to survive longer and get better banners for us in GAC. So I wanted to give him that Zeta. Here I was debating giving Commander Luke his third Zeta, but I only have one Zeta here, and another one I was debating was the Chief Chirpa for the Ewoks lead once I get them going, but I have time for that, so I'm just going to hold off on that one for now. I was also looking at Palpatine's lead, but I have no reason to upgrade Palpatine heavily right now, so I'm not going to do his lead or unique at this point. This Zeta is not great for Chewbacca, but Loyal Friend is great, and it helps us with our banner recovery for our Rebels team. So I decided to use my last Zeta on my Chewbacca and really boost up our Rebels a lot, as well as give that Omega to him as well. Trying to still save some Omegas, so I have them for other Zetas in the future, but on very useful ones, I try to spend up on those. And another thing that's great about Executor is it leads you right into the Han's Millennium Falcon journey guide, and was able to get that up and running just with our Executor requirements. Was able to upgrade it as well, and I'm trying not to spend too much of my fleet currency because I'm trying to use most of it once we get Executor, which will be in a month because we have to wait for that to be ready. So I'm only going to use a couple of upgrades on it just to have that actually up and running at this point, but there's not much I'm going to try to do. And I can't get Han's Millennium Falcon to 7 stars because of the same reason I couldn't get Executor. I need my my capital ship, Tarkins. I need the Executrix up to 7 stars. I only have it at 6 right now. It's at, I think, 95 of 100 shards. So I'm going to get that up and running in about 3 weeks. And once we have our 7-star Executrix, then we can get both Executor and Han's Millennium Falcon ready. Here I'm going to do a couple upgrades on our Ewoks as we're just starting our C-3PO and General Anakin Skywalker farms. So just going to give them a couple upgrades so I can do the first couple of tiers of the C-3PO challenge, get a couple of crystals out of that, and just see what gear I'm missing. So I still have some more upgrades that I need to do on my Ewoks here, but I'm going to just do that later on, get my Ewoks upgraded and my Galactic Republic upgraded, and then we'll end up going into our Separatists to finish off our General Anakin Skywalker farming guide. But we're ready with our Executor, and we're just waiting for that event to come around. And once it does, we'll be, I believe, the second person in my fleet shard to have Executor, which is pretty good. I was hoping to be first, but I just missed it by a month, just not having the Executrix to 7 stars, but happy to get it as second. I'll be getting plenty of crystals daily off of that, so that'll be great. And that's the main reason why we're doing this farming guide, is to get our crystals and make sure you're finishing high in Fleet Arena to do so. And with crystals not being in Squad Arena, fleets should be everyone's priorities, if that's something that you care about. So that's what the farming guide is looking like right now. There's going to be a couple additional characters that added that I don't believe I had in my original farming guide. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to make sure I get Iden up and running with her Omicron, and just a great team in general. And I'll get a couple of troopers by her side, just like gear 8-ish. And I'm also going to get my 3PO and Chewie, and maybe a couple other tunes, not sure yet, but the account's looking good. And once we get our Executor, General Anakin Skywalker, and then our Jedi Master Kenobi, then I think the final part of the guide will be go for Jabba once all of his farms are at double shard drops. So that'll be exciting once that comes, but we're ways from there. But hopefully in about a year, we're looking at starting our Jabba farm. So look forward to that. And I'm hoping to put out an updated farming guide at the beginning of 2023, just to show what I've learned and what potential changes I would make with what I have seen, and what maybe I want to prioritize more than I did this year. But I hope you like this video. Leave a comment on any suggestions, and let me know what your farming guide is. And if you're following mine, let me know if you've got an Executor yet and you're ahead of me. Thanks, guys. See you in the next one.